Prologue, Perfect Ignorance, taken from the ALETHEON, Volume 1, the divine avataric self-revelation of his divine presence, Avatar Adidar Samraj, page 19. 1. Knowing no answers is the intrinsically egoless and self-evidently divine state of perfect freedom. Knowing no questions is the intrinsically egoless and self-evidently divine state of perfect peace. Knowing no other and no difference is the intrinsically egoless and self-evidently divine state of reality itself. Perfect non-knowing is the intrinsically egoless and self-evidently divine state of perfect ignorance. Perfect ignorance is the intrinsically egoless and self-evidently divine state of perfect truthfulness. Perfect truthfulness is ALETHEON, or perfect knowledge, of the intrinsically egoless, indivisible, accausal, and self-evidently divine self-nature, transcendental spiritual self-condition, and perfect self-state of reality itself. Perfect knowledge, which is perfect ignorance, is perfect philosophy, or the only right and true basis for all right and true understanding of self, world, other, all of not self, and what is divine. 2. When there is ego I, or the active presumption of separate self, there is always simultaneously the world, or all of actively presumed other and not self, and ideas of a creator God that is actively presumed to be the divine cause, and the presiding deity of ego I, other, world, and all of not self, also tend to arise. When there is no ego I, and therefore no active presumption of separate self, there is always coincidentally no active presumption of separate other, world, or not self, but rather there is only real God, or the self-evidently divine and accausal indivisibility, self-nature, self-condition, and self-state that is intrinsically egoless, self-existing, and self-radiant reality itself. Perfect or intrinsically right and true philosophy does not begin with either the active and necessarily merely mentally, conditionally, provisionally, and conventionally constructed presumption or problem of ego I, or separate self, or of world, or of other, or of any not self, or of creator God, or of divine cause and presiding deity. Perfect or intrinsically right and true philosophy necessarily begins with intrinsic and thus always perfectly prior, non-conditional, non-provisional, and non-conventional self-apprehension, or intrinsically ego-transcending and intrinsically body-mind transcending self-apperception of the self-evident self-nature, self-condition, and self-state of reality itself. 3. Reality itself is always already self-evident, intrinsically egoless, indivisible, accausal, and self-evidently divine. Reality itself is the one, only, intrinsically egoless, indivisible, accausal, and self-evidently divine context of any apparent self, world, other, not self, or God, or of any appearance or any problem of any kind that is actively proposed to the exercise of understanding. Reality itself transcends everything and everyone. Reality itself is everything and everyone. That which both transcends everything and everyone and is everything and everyone, always priorly and always already, cannot and need not cause anything and anyone conditionally, but rather it is the one and indivisible context, and not the conditional cause, of all conditionally arising appearances, whether of self or other or difference or world, or any not self at all. Reality itself is perfect knowledge and perfect philosophy, and thus, as such, reality itself is perfect and self-evidently divine ignorance. Da, da, da.